Hello, everyone. Welcome to Celsius 233, your go-to place for fiction book summaries. Today, we will enter the world crafted in A Dance with Dragons by George R.R. Martin. A Dance with Dragons by George R.R. Martin, published in 2011, is the fifth installment in the epic, A Song of Ice and Fire series. Running parallel to its predecessor, A Feast for Crows, this novel shifts focus to the Wall, the North, and Essos, following the fates of beloved characters such as Jon Snow, Daenerys Targaryen, and Tyrion Lannister. As war, political intrigue, and personal quests intertwine, the story deepens the conflicts shaping Westeros and beyond. Plot summary. The winds howled over the Wall, carrying with them whispers of discontent and danger. Jon Snow, now Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, faced a crucible of decisions. He sought to unite the wildlings with the Night's Watch, opening the gates of the Wall to his former enemies. His intentions, noble in vision, sowed division among his brothers. As Jon struggled with betrayal brewing within his ranks, he also prepared for the arrival of winter and the threat of the White Walkers, whose icy advance was a distant but undeniable reality. Far to the south, Stannis Baratheon sought to claim the north as his stepping stone to the Iron Throne. His march to Winterfell was a grim endeavor, plagued by freezing conditions and dwindling supplies. In his company was Melisandre, her crimson robes stark against the snow. The Red Priestess whispered of sacrifice and destiny, her prophecies swirling in the smoke of her flames. Yet, Stannis' ambition led him to a dark crossroads, one that would demand a heavy toll from his army and his heart. Within the frigid ruins of Winterfell, Ramsay Bolton tightened his grip, ruling through fear and cruelty. Theon Greyjoy, shattered in body and spirit, lived as Ramsay's broken creature, known only as Reek. Yet, beneath his subservience, a flicker of the old Theon remained. When an unexpected figure from the past stirred his long-dormant sense of loyalty, Theon's path twisted toward a fateful confrontation with his captor. Across the narrow sea, Tyrion Lannister drifted into exile, a fugitive with a price on his head. The death of his father and his escape from the clutches of King's Landing haunted his every step. Tyrion's wit and survival instincts, however, led him into the company of a motley band of outlaws and conspirators. Drawn toward the enigmatic figure of Daenerys Targaryen, Tyrion found himself tangled in a web of politics, deception, and schemes designed to bring the mother of dragons to Westeros. Daenerys, meanwhile, struggled to maintain her tenuous rule over Meereen. The city seethed with unrest, its streets shadowed by the Sons of the Harpy, an insurgent force determined to overthrow her. Her dragons, once symbols of her strength, grew wild and uncontrollable, embodying the chaos within her rule. Daenerys sought to bring peace through marriage and diplomacy, yet these measures alienated her closest advisors and fueled the fires of rebellion. The Ironborn also sought their destinies on distant shores. Balon Greyjoy's death left a power vacuum in the Iron Islands, and his surviving kin vied for control. Victarion Greyjoy, driven by ambition and a desire for vengeance, sailed eastward, intent on claiming Daenerys and her dragons as his prize. Asha Greyjoy, cunning and pragmatic, navigated her own treacherous path, balancing survival with a longing for leadership. Elsewhere, Bran Stark journeyed deep into the heart of the North, guided by visions and the enigmatic three-eyed raven. His companions, Mira and Jojen Reed, followed faithfully as Bran's powers as a greenseer grew. In a hidden cave beneath the roots of an ancient weirwood tree, Bran discovered truths that stretched beyond mortal comprehension. His connection to the forces of magic revealed the intricate threads tying the past, present, and future. In Braavos, Arya Stark pursued her relentless quest for vengeance. Training with the Faceless Men, she was stripped of her identity and molded into no one. Yet, even as she embraced their teachings, Arya's past clung to her like a shadow. Her list of enemies remained etched into her memory, a constant reminder of the life she could not fully abandon. The cold streets of Braavos tested her resolve and blurred the lines between her mission and her true self. As these stories unfolded, shadows gathered in the east. Aegon Targaryen, believed dead for years, emerged as a living claimant to the Iron Throne. Backed by the Golden Company, a mercenary army of fearsome reputation, Aegon set his sights on Westeros. His unexpected arrival introduced a new contender to the bloody Game of Thrones, threatening to upend the balance of power across the realm. The struggle for power, survival, and purpose reached a fever pitch as Daenerys disappeared into the wilderness on the back of Drogon, her most fearsome dragon. Separated from her followers, she wandered the desolate Dothraki Sea, her dreams of conquest battered by the harsh realities of leadership and loss. Yet, even in despair, her spirit burned with the promise of fire and blood. At the Wall, Jon Snow's efforts to lead the Night's Watch and protect the realm came to a shocking and bloody end. His decisions, driven by duty and compassion, alienated many of his brothers. In an act of brutal betrayal, daggers pierced the Lord Commander, leaving his fate uncertain as the cold winds rose around Castle Black. The final moments across Westeros and beyond carried the weight of uncertainty and anticipation. Betrayal, sacrifice, and the relentless march of winter loomed over all, promising that the wars to come would test the hearts and resolve of men, women, and dragons alike. That's all for now. The journey through A Song of Ice and Fire series doesn't end here. Check out the rest of the series by George R.R. Martin. You know where to find them. Remember, while our summaries capture the essence, they can never replace the full experience of reading the book. If this summary intrigued you, consider diving into the complete story, buy the book, and immerse yourself in George R.R. Martin's original work. Bye-bye, take care, have fun.